Okay, let's take a break from the music a bit, because we're just gonna speak about the last track. What are these?
Okay. Let's have. I think these ones I've already Okay, let's talk about this. My favorite product.
What is this?
So this is aloe vera, Dr. Vigo aloe vera. I don't know if they can see. Aloe vera intimate gel. So
intimate. So you apply it in those intimate.
Yeah, in your vagina. It's for vagina.
Okay.
Yeah. This just to show them how it looks like. It looks like this.
Okay.
There's a gel inside. You open it, then you remove this thing. And then there's a gel that comes out. You put it in your then you push the thing at this thing. If there was working gel, it would be easier to push it like
yeah.
Yeah. So this
what does the gel do?
So the gel, it helps with irritation. You know, the irritation.
Yeah.
And then it also helps with maintaining good smell in your vagina, and it also helps with the bacteria. It kills bacteria. It kills your fungal. If una libo, you can use it even if you don't have. It protects as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like gyno guard type.
It's almost like gyno guard, but gyno guard I just to bath. Yeah. It's almost it is a gyno guard. It guards your vagina.
Okay.
Yeah. So it comes. This will come readily 6.
So how much is that whole box?
The whole box is 500 rand.
Okay.
Yes. And you can never regret using this thing. This is amazing.
And then how many sets of those tubes? Like once you use it.
No, after you use it, it's done. You can't use it again.
Oh, okay.
I just had this just to make, for example, like it.
Yeah, but don't sell that to someone. Then. Just
no, but I can like sell. No, but already I want so this song reminds me of when I first met my husband as a boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes. And when I first met him, and I wasn't even looking for a relationship or something like that. I remember my grandmother Nandromeko Sasa. Let's start it there. Let me get the story.
Yeah.
Yes, Nandromeko Sasa. And I wanted to go and do something. Hey, and another thing, but wako breaking writing. Oh, but our head.
And they work with people.
And they are people. They're supposed to provide for our needs. People's
they work with people that are really, really in need.
I understand. My grandmother was sick then, and I don't remember what I was going to do there. And then you know what? I'm going back there. I was standing outside.
Jeez, man.
Yes. So I'm going back. Because we embarrass in front of the people.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and we have a gift that we're gonna give away. Well, Jennifer has a gift that she's gonna give away for whoever shares this video, or from YouTube, of course, on Facebook or social media, and whatever, whichever one that gets more engagement, they'll receive a gift. Yo, what up, music lovers? Welcome to the Airyqtip, your playlist defines your interview, where we break down customer playlists right here on Airyqtip TV. And if you just linked into the channel, please click that subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. I'm your host, Sipho Mziwakhe, and today I am chilling here with the one and only Jennifer.
Yeah.
My guest for today. How are you doing?
I am doing good, and thank you for having me.
Wow, this is actually the season finale, episode 10. And Jennifer went all out for us. Gotta appreciate and represent. Yeah, man. So, what is all this? What do you call all this?
You mean like the setup and all?
No, yeah, like, what do you call it? Like your business?
Okay.
And this is decor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can you please...
I have like two types of business.
Yeah.
So where I like produce health and beauty products, and then I have another one where I do like your decor and events management and all. So it's Amomex, graphics and design, graphics and events, and then we also have Amomex Glam Home. Your Amomex Glam Home is the one that deals with everything beauty and health. And then the other one, obviously, you can hear the events in and you get to know what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And this is the Amomex Deco, right?
Yeah. So we are Amomex wherever.
Amomex wherever, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I see you got the hair there. You're also supplying hair. And I also see some products here. What are these?
Okay. So, with the hair, let me start with the hair. The hair that we sell weaves and wigs only. I don't do any other hairstyles. I'm a wig stylist. Let's just maybe explain that one, because maybe somebody can come and say, I want to do my braids, and I'm like, oh no. Yes, I do know how to make braids, but I don't want to, because it's not the type of styles that I want to really focus on, because I'm not interested in that. It's a lot of work and a lot of energy, and I don't want that. But anyway, with the wigs, I do them from scratch.
You do them from scratch?
Yes.
So you did that
yes.
wig from scratch?
Yes, I do.
And how long does it take you to, like...
It takes forever, and that is what people don't understand. It takes a lot of time and energy.
Jeez.
But it's the energy and that I love. It's something that I love to do. You get what I'm saying? So I have time for it. I can do it. I sew with a machine.
Okay.
So, but it doesn't take like forever, ever. It's like days. Maybe if I have a few orders, like 6 orders, then 5 days is enough.
5 days. So how long does it take you to just make one set?
Well, it depends on the style. There are shorter ones, there are longer ones, and there are some. Okay, we also have, like with the closure wig, like the one that I'm wearing. There's the 3-part closure wig, and then there's 5-part closure wig, and there's a frontal, and there's a 360 degree. So it depends actually what you are looking for.
Yeah.
So, but on a normal circumstances, let's say we're doing a normal wig, 3-part closure wig, it only takes 3 hours to be.
3 hours. Wow, 3 hours. That's how much it took me to do your sweater right there. And how is it? Like, do you like it?
I love it. I love everything about it. I love the color. I love, I love. I actually wanted to go for green, but I feel like this is more me.
You wanted to match with the couch.
Yes.
Right.
Something
so
like that.
What did you do to actually get that? Like, if you could explain to someone that sees you wearing that, or someone that would like, yo, I saw you on this podcast. How did you get there? Like,
on the podcast, eh?
Yeah, and I see you wearing the merch too. Obviously, you have to come through with the merch and the merch you buy. Yeah. So could you please explain to the music lovers, how did we get here?
Okay. So with the merchandise, or should I say sweater? Is it a sweater?
Yeah.
Okay, the sweater that I'm wearing, for you to get it, you need to like buy it, Airyqtip, and and there's a certain amount when you just want to buy and have your playlist attached at the back. You see it throughout, and then if you there's a certain that the amounts are not the same. If you don't want to be on the podcast, then sorry for you, because you're getting it with a normal price. But if you you want to be on the podcast, then you're getting it cheaper, like me. It's only 450 rand, and thank you. I love it.
Yeah, shout out, man. Like she just said, you just hit me up. This is the merch. This is the Airyqtip brand, right? So the podcast is just where we sit and talk about your playlist. Like, we are here now, we're here to talk about the playlist that you sent me. That consists of 10 tracks. And how is your playlist though? Like, how does your playlist define you?
It talks a lot about my my journey in life, where I've went through, what I've encountered, things that I've learned. It's quite a lot just about me. It's about my life, actually, in a nutshell. Yeah.
And you sent me a Christian playlist. Like, what I summarized, the vibes that I summarized throughout your playlist. This playlist consists, this playlist is a collection of contemporary Christian worship songs that focus on themes of faith, trust in God, divine intervention, and spiritual encouragement. Each song highlights different aspects of the Christian faith, such as God's faithfulness, patience, provision, mercy, and victory through Jesus. This playlist is likely intended to inspire and uplift listeners, providing spiritual comfort and a sense of hope during challenging times. Is that true?
It is. Wow. I'm actually sitting and thinking, oh my gosh, okay.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. It is. And, you know, it's... so I couldn't have explained it better. You couldn't have explained it better. I mean, yeah. Definitely means that, because I am a Christian and my life... normally people, when you say you're a Christian and you're born again, they're thinking, oh, your life is all about Christianity and there's nothing else that you're doing in your life. I mean, you can see, there's a lot I'm doing. I mean,
and it's good that people at church actually do know that, you're doing this. And it's good to be surrounded by, you know, people that actually know, especially like in church. People know someone might want to get married or something, and then we have a deco lady
they know
here
who
at church.
To go to already.
So people can recommend you easily because you're involved in, like, you know, a community, you know.
And I'm an official events manager at church. So everyone knows, and I'm the one who's always in, should I say in charge? Always do. In charge of the deco. And the deco of people. And obviously... maybe you'd ask me, do I do it for free?
Do you do it for free?
I do.
Really?
Yes. And why not? Why shouldn't I?
Gosh.
I'm blessed abundantly above.
So they don't share like MOBA from the Sunday collection, or, you know?
No, why would they? I mean, you know, I do it for a blessing.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the reason why I'm so blessed the way I am.
True.
Because I give.
True.
You know, they say, even the Bible says, the hands that gives receives.
That's true.
Right? So definitely I am doing it for free, but not for our church members. I mean,
yes, but for the church itself,
for the church
establishment. Yeah,
I'm doing it for God.
Right, man. So we're gonna head down to your playlist. Track number 1. Well, this song speaks to the unwavering faithfulness and reliability of God. It reflects on his consistent presence and support in our lives, especially during challenging times. And this song is by Victor Thompson, Dependable God.
Dependable God.
Yeah, so how does... It
doesn't matter what comes my way.
So why did you...
are still God. You know, the way it's starting, it doesn't matter what comes my way, you are still God. God will always be God. Unchangeable. Omni God. He's the same yesterday, even the Bible says. Today and forever will be.
And forevermore.
Yes. So yes, this song, it reminds me of me back in the day when I was still a child. When I knew nothing about God. I only knew God as somebody who's in the sky somewhere looking at us like this. Oh, maybe somewhere.
Like our Father.
Like our Father, you know. Yeah. Yes, that was their time. You know, and... Well, I didn't know nothing about God as much. Well, I knew because obviously we were taught the Lord's Prayer. And obviously in school you're also taught that. And then we are taught that there's God. But you're not really sure if there's really God. Right? Until you encounter God. I mean, then that's when you get to really know who's God. So the song actually reminds me of Jenny, when was still back in primary school, going through a lot as a child, as if I always tell people that I was an adult before I became an adult. So you can't expect me to be a child now when I was always an adult. So yeah, so I went through a lot in my life. I was abused by my family. It's just a lot. I don't know how to even start. Should I say like the story the way it is? I was abused. I didn't know. Okay, my mother left me. It's one of those mothers that they'll just abandon you and then they feel okay about it and they don't care.
Like they left you with someone.
Well, they left me with my family members.
They left you.
Yeah.
And
she left me.
Okay.
She left me back home. I was born in Taung. Apparently, she came when she was pregnant. Or she was pregnant back. I don't know exactly the entire story, but she was pregnant then and then gave back to me. After giving back to me, she left, girl. She left. So, but then my sister's grandmother and my aunt and almost closest family were there, right? So yeah, and then it only happened when I had to come to Klerksdorp and stay in Klerksdorp. So that's when a lot of, well, I remember I remember my life as little as I was 5 years old. So when I was 5 years old, I remember I kind of felt like I was different because it's just a different way, like any other child that was around. But I just didn't know until I remember I used to call my aunt mom. Like everyone else was calling Mona Miza Mama. So, because Nana Libana Kirbahay. So we thought we'd give Mama Rona as well. I used to call, and then until my uncle comes and said, no, what's Mama Hoki auntie? And told us, Hoki auntie. Right? But I didn't understand. I felt like, okay, why is this man trying to like do this to us? Why should I call my mother mom?
Yeah.
But then I got to understand when I was older, actually, Kelly. Vele. Your mom
she's only
left
your aunt,
you.
yeah.
She's your aunt. And then I got to understand, I understand why I was treated differently. I understand why I wasn't, not only me and my little sister as well, why we weren't treated the same, right? But it wasn't, because I was a child, I didn't, yeah, so I got Huinaka when it was physical now. And back when I was like I left Taung when I was doing grade 1, I started my grade 2 here. And then that's when I realized, girl, I vele didn't my hand, and then that's when I encountered abuse. I was like being abused physically. I wasn't supposed to have friends. I was supposed to be like, I was almost like a maid. Yeah, and at a young age. So you can imagine a grade 2-year-old who was doing everything. I knew how to cook then. I was cooking for everyone. I was doing laundry for everyone.
From a young age.
From this, and that time, no, it's not a machine.
Yes.
And mind you are a child, you don't know how to do laundry. Now, if you start over again. I used to get you like, yeah.
From a young age.
From the youngest age. And so this song reminds me of that time. I was always hopeful of God to say, man, God, I know one day you'll take me out of this situation. I just don't know how. I'm so grateful to Enaure, Azangabali, these thoughts of your suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
Instead, I would think of maybe I should go to a place somewhere, a paradise like in the Bible, in go Adam and Eve, where I can stay in harmony, peace. I always thought of running away in jail. I was planning, but I believe that was God being by my side and always protecting me. His protection was like divine, because I've never encountered like anything else. Then even if I didn't know God, but God knew me. Yeah, that's why.
Because he's talking about a dependable God, intentional God.
So, and he was intentional. Also another thing what this situation taught me, when I looked at all the chosen people in the Bible, set aside always. They're always set aside, and they're always different. They're always abused. They're always treated differently.
Yeah, they always.
So now I got to understand, okay, girl, actually you are chosen when. That is why you're passing through. And another thing the Bible says, God can never give you anything, any moralo o tlo go pallang e leng thata for wena. So he knew that there was the heavy burden that I can handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna go down to track number 2. Well, this song highlights God's patience and love, emphasizing that He waits for us to turn to Him despite our imperfections. And this song is by Travis Green, You Waited. So why did you select this song?
Okay. I don't know why I put it number 2. It should have been number 3. But anyway, this song, You Waited, that was like later when I was born again. I now know God. And me knowing God, I turned back. I backslided. And me backsliding, God didn't say, yeah, man, when I disobey, man, let me leave you alone. Ula and Gemela waited for me until I decided to do whatever that I was doing in the world until I come back to Him again. And I'm so grateful to God for that, because He really did wait for me.
Yeah.
Even if I was, we're not perfect. We're all trying to be working towards perfection, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we are conscious of things that we do, but we do them anyway. And we know that they are wrong. Because, if Ole Mutunda, the wrong and the right. But you just decide to do it when you know that it's wrong, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't know God that much, but I knew that this time, you're going astray.
Yeah.
But I went.
Yeah.
But God didn't say, when at the time where you were supposed to be faithful, you're supposed to be, you couldn't, now I'm leaving you alone.
Yeah.
He still protects, provides, and He's still the same God that I knew from the onset. Yeah.
Okay, so what message does this song convey to you about grace and redemption?
Okay. It's about grace, ne? It teaches people to say, even if, like, for example, the experience, like I've told you, I was going astray.
Yeah.
But God didn't say, no, because when you sin, you are sinning. Then I'm leaving you alone. You're no longer my child, right? So that's grace that day. That was grace. It is grace because now it's a gift. Grace is more like a gift that you don't deserve, but you have it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a trophy you don't deserve to win, but you win it anyway.
Okay.
Yes. So that's grace.
Right. Alright, so we're gonna go down to track number 3. This song is a prayer for divine intervention and the Holy Spirit's presence, asking for renewal and empowerment. So this song is by Neon Adjeo.
Yeah.
Breathe upon me.
Yes. Lord,
So,
I am your baby.
How does this song inspire your spiritual journey?
Okay. I constantly encounter people who thinks that when you are born again, when you are a Christian, and when you read the Bible, you should know everything about God. And Gandhi, no, that's not the case, right? And hence we constantly pray to God to guide us, lead us, be ahead of us, teach us, right? So this song actually, I relate to it in a sense that, it always reminds me that whenever I'm in trouble, whenever I need God, I should pray to God to teach me how to do whatever that I'm supposed to be doing. Because I cannot, like I've already said, I cannot be perfect, even if I'm Christian, even if I'm born again. I can't be perfect. I won't be perfect. I'm trying to be perfect. I'll always step on somebody else's toes, right? And the nice thing about God is He always teaches us about reconciliation, forgiveness. And the same God forgives, leads by example. The same God reconciles us. And the same God reconciled us to Him through Christ when Christ died for us, for our sins.
Okay.
Yes.
So how easy do you forgive someone?
Very easy. Very easy.
Do you always expect someone to actually flop? Like, say for example, you meet a new friend and you get to know that friend. Do you always have like a certain room for disappointment?
Not really.
So you're always gonna have high expectations of him or her?
Yes, definitely. Okay. I always have high expectations, but I do also put in mind, not necessarily that that room of disappointment. I always put it in my mind, or yes, a person has perfect and not a mistake. But then I always expect them to, like, you know, do better, man. Always climb high, you know. And I'm this person that I forgive. If I can forgive my abusers, if I forgive people who abandoned me, if I can forgive, if God can forgive me after me sinning and knowing that I'm sinning, who am I not to forgive?
And God forgives.
And God forgives it. And that's.
And then, can you describe a moment when you felt the need for divine intervention in your life?
Okay. Yes.
Was this when you decided to get born again or something?
No. There are times in my life, okay, it's always like that, ne? There are times in my life where I need God's intervention. I feel I can't handle this, especially with Christians. But this person knows he's supposed to do something like this, but why did anyway?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So in that case, I'm confront. I'm that person.
Yeah.
And one thing about me, I don't even think. Sometimes kill hash to a person, and when I sometimes that I'm not supposed to say.
Yes.
But then when I realize, oh my goodness, I wasn't supposed to, I go back and apologize. But even though I knew I was right, because whatever that you were doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So sometimes even people even lama confronting, the person will still feel adamant. The person will still feel like for example, let's talk about my abusers. The person who used to really abuse me and beat me like, oh, better I give you punch, what. Can you believe it when I tell you that they feel like that wasn't even abuse? They did nothing to me.
What do they call it then?
I don't know what they call it. Because I wasn't supposed to I'm thinking, but I've never even had a chance to go to the streets, but be a child to play with other kids. But now no.
Yeah.
So but in that case, then you need God's intervention. You can't do it on yourself.
Yeah, you can't
because
do it,
I mean, if you've spoken to a person, confronted them, spoke about how you feel, and they still feel like wahlanya. Sorry for my French, but I understand it wrong. So that's where God's intervention really is needed.
Okay. Right, so we're gonna go down to track number 4. Well, this song encourages listeners to find peace and trust in God during tumultuous times, reminding them to be still and know that God is in control. This song is by Travis Green, Be Still.
Yes.
What challenges have you faced where this song brought you peace though?
Okay, there's a lot of challenges that I face in my life. But the specific one that I really faced, I don't know if I should call it a challenge. I feel like it was I don't know the perfect word for you now, because it was God's way of making me have steadfast trust in Him. All right. Yes. Now let's go to university times. When I was registering go university, back in the day when you were registering go university, obviously we were using paper and pen, right?
Yeah.
And like a poso. So we post our things, even the NSFAS, it wasn't digital like it was these days, right? So, yeah, I applied for university after my matric, and I passed well. I was an intelligent child.
Yeah.
When you are chosen, you are intelligent. You're given everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm joking with that one. But I passed well, really. I passed with an A. Then I got accepted to go university, And when I got accepted to university, I remember I was going with my little brother, my aunt's son, and we all got accepted. He got accepted, I got accepted, and then he also got accepted for NSFAS. But I wasn't. I didn't get the message.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I went to university anyway, even if I didn't have, an acceptance letter or an SMS, because then we used to have like SMSs, and then you get a letter as well on your postbox, but they took long, right? So yeah, but the SMS was at least a conviction to say, yeah, you are in, girl. Then, but we went anyway, and my little brother was like, yo, you don't know where we're
going to sleep.
Where to sleep? Where in? I'm like, no. Then whether we know, but we had an uncle who stayed in Mafikeng, so we tried calling, and then we couldn't get hold of him. But we got hold of him, but we left anyway. And then I see then he said he was going to come the following day, but he didn't mind when we come over, right? We went to school, registered, and I remember on the way to school I prayed. I said, God, you only know. I don't know nothing. You only know.
Yeah.
Go ahead of time. And it's always my prayer. Every time when I go, I ask for journey messes, I always say, Lord, go ahead of time and make every crooked way straight for me. And indeed, that's what he did. And when I arrived to go school, we went through registrar, then we rafetaka everything out, then we did everything. Then they wanted Mari, but when you don't have a bursary, because I accept you school. I'm like, but I applied, but maybe not to the short answer. So I'm like, okay, more like a and everything, but I have to pay like registration fee only.
Okay.
Then I'll try to apply for other bursaries until but I'll continue with school anyway. Then I told my grandmother, I called and told my grandmother, and my grandmother called my uncle, and my uncle said, now I'll only be able to pay for registration. I'm like, okay, that's all I'm asking for. And then he paid. It was only 7.7 that time. He paid, and then I continued. I didn't even pray, ne? That time, I only had faith in me because I was quiet and still at the moment. I'm like, God, in my heart, you know my heart. You are the one who created me. I don't want to say a lot. I said nothing. Then I went through. I registered just like that. Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it that way. The story will continue.
All right. So, what does this song teach you about dealing with anxiety and uncertainty?
Okay. It says, the song says, be still and know that I am God. Right? It teaches me, hore, even if even if not the anxiety, I mean, I've never even had the anxieties because I've always trusted him with everything in me. But maybe in a case where somebody has anxiety, right? And God is not there. God is always there, man. God is always going to be there for us, no matter what. True. And sometimes it teaches us to be faithful, because sometimes some things happens. Like there's a saying that says everything happens for a reason, right? Some of the things, as harsh and as painful as they are, they happen for our own good. They really do, because sometimes, for example, I remember one of my brethren, a brother in Christ, was testifying. He had a tender thing, or I don't know if it's a tender. Yeah, I think it's a tender that he applied for, and then he got a call back, and now he was supposed to like deliver something, right? At that time, he didn't have money. He needed that money a lot. He didn't have money, even for petrol. He needed to go to Joburg. He didn't even have money for petrol. Then he decided, then on the way, hey, you don't even have a spare wheel. On the way now, you need more petrol. Then the next thing, the person calls and say, send the money or else you're losing this deal. he prays to God and said, God, but you know I need this deal. You know I need this thing because I don't have money.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? And that time, even the car he was driving, it was not even his. It was his wife's. Right? He doesn't even have a car. Hey, Arabella, you almost even lost faith. I understand. Then he went. He ended up not going. Then the guy got another person. Got another person, they went. I feel like good thing it was a scam. They got dropped, the cars, someone didn't kill you and everything.
Oh, damn.
Everything, it didn't go well. Their monies, their cars, everything that they had, it was all a scam. It wasn't even a tender.
Jeez, so
it looked so real.
So it could have been your friend.
It could have been Anna.
Yo.
It could have been Anna, but God said, no, you're not going anywhere. If he takes a puncher, I will kill that car.
Yo.
You see, so that is why we should really have faith in God.
Yeah.
Because things happen for our own good.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
and here we are thinking maybe it's not supposed to happen to Morona because we are Christians. When God says we are victorious, He didn't say it's going to be easy for you to reach that destination. He didn't say the road is going to be all rosy and chocolate and milk and the red carpet. He didn't say that.
Yeah.
He only said success, that's where you are going. You are a victorious. So, but when we meet things like that, I would feel like, no, but I'm Christian, I can't go through this.
Why me?
Why me? Then who, if not you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all these things that happen to us, they just come as a lesson.
As a lesson, and teach us, to teach us a few things, and
Yeah.
sometimes to strengthen us.
Yeah, to strengthen us. Yeah, you know.
Because maybe that thing that let's say maybe there was a tender he was looking for in that tender night clock, and then I agree, Kena Oha ready for the tender, and then the next thing we'll lose at that tender because nothing's strong enough.
Yeah.
Why, man?
And he messes up his history of now how he handles
getting another opportunity. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna move to track number 5. So this song speaks to maintaining faith and hope despite not yet seeing the fulfillment of God's promises. So this song is by The King Will Come Yet. I love this song. So yeah, how does this song resonate with you?
Why do you love the song?
Man,
you recently loved the song. Confess.
I recently loved this song. Hearing it from your playlist. Well, most of the songs here on your playlist, yeah, they actually became my songs now.
Oh, well,
so you plugged me. So thank you for sending me. And I feel like I'm really at a time where I really need God's, I need God's intervention. And step by step.
Amen. Glory to Jesus. I love it. I love hearing good news.
So
and that's what God loves, eh?
Yeah. So this song.
Yeah, yet. Don't give up on me yet.
Such a chill song too.
I know I'm not your best. God.
So yeah, how does this song resonate with you?
Okay, so normally, even now, remember, I've said in the beginning that I used to sin until I repented and went back to God again. He was waiting for me to come back to Him.
Yes.
Right. But even though I am born, I have repented, because you can't be born again. You just can be born once. Yes. So even though I have repented and went back to Lord, I'm fully back to God now. Right? And I am still not the best. I still have my flaws. And I still do mistakes. Even the Bible says a righteous man shall fall 7 times. But I am not conforming to the things of the world. And I know the devil will always want us to would remind you of things that you do. Normally Satan, he would remind you of things that you do, and then the next thing you feel like you are a sinner, and the next thing you feel like you're not God's child. Well, I understand it wrong. And that is actually the devil trying to lose a focus of the main cause that you're supposed to be in, born again and repented again. I still have my flaws, and I still pray to God to not give up on me as yet, because I'm still trying to really be perfect. I can't say I am really now perfect, because now, just a few days ago, I was talking to one of my church sister, my brethren, and then Namplela about something that I did to one of my church member. I'm like, yeah, I did, and I confess that I did. Why Asad? Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And then I wouldn't say, no, hey, all of a sudden you want Satan just because Nike lose. No, I've always be God's child, and I know God will never give up on me. Yeah. Hence why I chose that song.
And then, what does the word "yet" signify for you in the context of your faith?
Okay. Yet, my grandmother used to say, "Motho a tlhoboga sentse a tshela."
Motho a tlhoboga sentse a tshela.
Yes.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means you can't give up on a person when they are still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance for me. There's a chance for me to be perfect because I'm still alive.
True.
Yes. So that's that. There's a chance. For as long as I'm on earth, for as long as I'm here, it means there's a chance for me. And there's a chance for me to reap the beauty that God has already produced for us. And the gift. That is why every time, normally when I wake up, I normally don't even pray when I wake up, but I always say congratulations to me and my household because we made it today again.
Yeah.
Because sleeping is a choice, but waking up,
that's true.
My spiritual father love to say, I get it. How when we robot when we in the morning.
Yes.
Let's go. Obviously. You can.
Yeah, they can't. They won't. How?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, that's very powerful, man. So we're gonna go down to track number 6. Well, the meaning of, it's by Merrick City Gyre, right? So Gyra. So the meaning of Gyra is a name of God, right? Meaning provider. This song celebrates God's provision and sufficiency, affirming that He meets all our needs. Does He?
He does.
He does?
He does a lot, really. You know, there are times in our lives, and I didn't mention in the beginning that I was married, but yeah, I am married. There are times in our lives where we have like 0 in our banks. We have nothing at all. And we don't even know what are we going to eat tomorrow. But at the time where Rema gets a fella, he comes in and somebody calls and says, hey man, I need her now. I need this now. And I get the money. I get to pay this and that. I get to buy this and that. And that's just being God the provider for us. God is always being our provider.
Yes.
When it comes to my case, it's even worse. God is always been providing. Like, I've never lacked a thing. I've never in my life and say, you know, I might lack body job or in, but I know even I get to roba like a and I get to roba like whatever that I needed at the time, and at the right time that I needed it is it.
Yeah.
Then that one I know. That's how provision is so sufficient.
And then, what personal needs does this song remind you that God can fulfill?
Personal need in what sense? In a spiritual life or
in
a spiritual life?
Spiritual life.
Okay. Sometimes it's hard to pray, even if you love like Christian, especially when you're going through a lot. It's so hard. You can't pray. Okay, but maybe you can. We force, but I can't.
Yeah, you can't do it willingly.
You're not doing it willingly. Yeah. Yes, that's the word. So now that's where God provides for you. He intercedes on your behalf, prays on your behalf, and give what you least expected. Because sometimes you don't even want to pray. Sometimes I don't pray, even if you know, I don't pray at all. I'm like, oh no. But I've learned to master I've learned to master. I don't know what to call it, ne? To say, whenever I need something and I can't pray, I remind God of what I did for Him. Like, God, I do this and this for you. It's your turn.
Okay.
And that works for me.
Yeah. Alright, man. So yeah, we're gonna go down to track number 7. So this song is a testimony to God, ne? To God's power to make a why when there seems to be no way. Oh no, sorry.
To make a way.
To make a way where there seems to be no way, right? Showcasing His miraculous interventions. So this song is by Travis Green, Made a Way. Ooh. So can you share a time when you felt God made a way for you?
Going back to university.
Okay, that story again.
Yes. I told you I was going to come again. And this story is connected to Travis Green, eh? Because last time it was Travis Green.
Yeah.
Yes. Going back. Right. Now, I got born again when I was in varsity. I was doing my first year. That's when I learned how to be. Shout out to Pastor Temple. You're such an amazing man. Wherever you are, I'm so grateful for God. For God bringing you to this earth. Pastor Temple, Uche, I love you. When yes, the wife, they taught me a lot about God. Taught me a lot. Well, I was when I got born again, immediately after getting born again, I don't know what came into my mind. Something came into my mind, and you remember I don't have a bursary.
Yes.
And I never really. All I applied for Boyo Katsita, Boyo Ing, and then they didn't. Then they gave me reasons that I applied the reasons that they nearly in, but they didn't accept me. Yes. So then something came in. Just one day, felt like it too late after. I remember I was an usher then. I immediately after joining the church, I became an usher. Then I got born again. I'm like, yo, you can't be an usher also born again. Yeah. Then they took me through a foundation class, and then they told me what it is to be born again, what it means, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. It made sense why, I used to go to church while I was young, and and I used to like read the Bible and look at the people in my church. I'm thinking, do they really read the Bible, these people? Because the way they act. I used to never really want. Even my grandmother used to say to me, "When how faith am or live in this house? You're never gonna go to a church." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not." I don't understand why people should like pretend, to like being holy than others and judge where else they're the worst of the worst. So, but anyway, yes. Got born again, and then one day I felt like I'm thinking, no man, let me just go to the bursary office. Do I like it's accepted? Hi, I can understand it was.
And at that time, you've been going to classes.
I've been going to classes, and I got everything, the books, people, and Bona God's mercy and grace. You don't get study guides when you didn't pay school fees, but I had. You don't get your textbooks, but I had God's grace right there, right? And well, I decided, let me go to bursary office. No, it's a financial office, financial aid office. Then I went because there were different bursaries there. Then I went specifically to a NSFAS because I applied for NSFAS, right? And I wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Lona, I feel more bare. I say, "Hereka utusaka ing." Bursary to go so I carry, must they always have an issue. Yeah, I know. I just want to check why I wasn't accepted. Why, man? Why? Bam papa box them all, but check.
Yeah.
Right. Then I went to that box and I checked. Then I found my papers. Like they play with my file. I check. But I get the red bubble reason why I was accepted. I'm sorry because of the submitting their shoulder. Yeah. Right. Then I checked. After checking, I found out, okay, my mother's death certificate is not there. My grandmother's proof of pay, proof of pay.
Yeah.
Proof of pay is not there. And I submitted those things because I mean, when you apply, yes,
the card documents. Yeah.
Yes. So I went to them and asked them, but why to Saka this year? Because the leading.
You submitted them. Yeah. So someone fooled around and just.
Oh, but no, my mother's death certificate is not here. And then the next thing they saw my father's death certificate, I'm like, oh, you are an orphan? Oh, shame. That time I don't even care that I was an orphan because I don't even care that I don't have parents. I didn't even have. I don't. But I'm like, yes. Now I'm starting to act up. Like, okay, they're feeling sorry for me.
Yeah.
Let me start being sorry, Linda.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So no. Hey, maybe get her this because and nobody staple line stuff.
Yeah.
So meaning, but likely during more and somebody busy more. But so. Well, good. Okay, if you can bring those documents today, but where are you from? Like, I'm from Klerksdorp. But and it's far, Can you go to Klerksdorp? Or maybe we should give you until tomorrow.
Just for those documents.
Hey, Mona.
Jeez.
Okay. Like, no, but I can't go to Klerksdorp. What is it that you need? Barry, proof of pay. Your death certificate. I'm like, okay. Okay, I'll make a plan. But now we're giving you until tomorrow. You must submit those things. Mind you, nobody appeal like we have now.
Yeah.
Another thing also, it was late. It was already closed. For the hello, maybe they were appealed. It was September, Pela. So now then I decided, I remembered I have my grandma's ID with me because my grandma trusts me with everything.
Yeah.
So like everything. Every month I would go back home and then so I'm like, okay, no, I'll go to Sasa. You lose that proof. So my husband obviously was working go Sasa and I'm confused like, hey, that so I don't know, but you have the idea. Yeah. Well, then I called my grandmother. Like after hi, for as long as you can sign for me, Baba no go and do it affidavit or permission, yeah. And then I went and did affidavit, and then the proof of
cool.
Because I can't just come to Klerksdorp for Ntozeo.
You can't.
And it was free.
Yeah.
Then I can't get my death certificate. Oh, my death certificate, it wasn't even in Klerksdorp, it was in Joburg. And look at my younger sister, last born. And that time I apply like the copy. Anyway, in the first place. And please send. They couldn't like stories. Like, no, it's my mother anyway. Let me go to the home affairs. Then I went and did a new one. I went, but you so quick. So quick and why? But you went to class. I'm like, no, I just went and did the new one. Okay. Then immediately they fixed my things, got me onto that system. And then it was Wednesday. Monday, I was already accepted. And I got NS5.
You got your NS5.
I got my NS5. I got everything. And mind you, not big. So Marhajara, getting Kinaldi Buka already.
Yeah.
He created the book allowance and everything. Then I went to buy my laptop with that book bag.
Yeah.
I did.
Because you already got the books.
Because I already have the books. And then I don't remember what else I bought with the money that I have for food because at least I have family. They were helping me. And I also had my boyfriend that they didn't know about then, who's my husband today.
Your husband today, right?
Yes. Yes. So yeah.
It's the first time we have a married woman here at the podcast. So yeah, shout out.
Yes. And what was the song that we were talking about?
It was Made a Way by Travis Green.
Yeah, so that was God making a way for me. That was God really making a way for me. And that was not the end of it because he really made a lot. That's victory right there. Right.
So we're going to go down to track number 8. This song praises the greatness of God's mercy and grace, acknowledging his loving kindness and forgiveness. Ne? So this song is by Spirit of Praise Choir, Lomusa Ongaga.
Wanele bonke, meaning it's sufficient for everyone. And it doesn't even choose. You made a choice or you want to be under God's umbrella. Right. So this song reminds me of when I first met my husband as a boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes. And when I first met him, and I wasn't even looking for a relationship or something like that. I remember my grandmother Nandrumeko Sasa. Let's start it there. Let me get the story.
Yeah.
Yes, Nandrumeko Sasa. And I wanted to go and do something, and another thing, but breaking writing. Oh, but I'll head.
And they work with people.
And they are people. They're supposed to provide for our needs. People's
They
first.
work, they work with people that are really, really in need.
I understand. My grandmother was sick then, and I don't remember what I was going to do there. Man, and then I could take high seven shout yellow. It's really furious. You know what? Give for me. I'm going back there. I was standing outside.
Jeez, man.
Yes. So I'm going back. Because we embarrassed in front of the people. So I was so furious and so angry, man. I was standing outside, and then I was standing there and thinking, oh my gosh. Then I turned my back. I saw a guy. I'm like, what? Okay, my type. But that wasn't my husband.
Oh, snap.
The guy standing
next to him.
I can't read no fast. I like a speed mo pilaka. He was to moto. I could number taka mo lamputa. Hey, when a man where you from and stuff. Hey, we was John Ayana ke utlana what the niki boys John Zakan is Khagetsyo. Guy, are you from around here? I'm like, yeah, I'm from around here, yes, but I'm originally from Tawu. And me too. I'm like, okay. So now I'm thinking, guy, when I got my gate to the guy I'm looking for. Why man?
Okay.
Hey, then we exchanged numbers there. Mine was Kimufile numbers only because Kishibilo writes like I feel guy. Why what?
Yeah, the guy you're actually the guy that caught your eye at
you
first.
Understand that? I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, oh, I never listened to him. Nix. My man. So fast forward, we went out, I ended up falling for him, and mainly because for the very first time in my life, the reason why I didn't even fall for him that time. I got interested in spending time with him when we spoke about God. We spoke about God. I'm like, a man? Normally men don't want to talk about God.
Yeah.
We would read Bible, we would talk about God, and like, oh, Ngosiami, this is the guy. So that was God's grace to say, sometimes we are always looking where we're not supposed to be looking. Can't the right people are just right in front of us, but we can't see them because we are always looking according to the things of this world. And I tell you that my husband, then we decided, let's try this thing. And I told him the truth. Shame. I was there.
And at this time you were still in...
I was still in high school.
You were still in high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And, well, that's how I used to love God. I used to walk around with the Bible with me in the bag. That's how I was so obsessed. And I wasn't even born again then, right? So we would go out, we would talk, and every time in their conversation, he wasn't even into the way guys are, man. A guy is already, they're looking, having sex with you, or being that intimate with you, of which, especially when you don't love somebody, you wouldn't even think of these things.
Yeah.
So, and the way Anna is so pure-hearted, so loving, and so kind, he taught me how to love. That guy, like I'm broken in my life, and I feel like, not necessarily kibashimani, but do this so but he taught me. I learned how to, when they say you learn to love somebody, I saw it with my husband.
Yeah.
I learned to love that man because Lerato Lahai was so much that to a point that I ended up seeing myself loving by force.
I know. So, do you need your husband or do you want your husband? Do you wake up needing him or do you wake up wanting him?
I wake up every day needing that man.
You need him every day.
I don't think I'll survive my life without that guy. Hey,
so there will be like one morning where you feel like, I don't need this, man.
There were times where in my life, when we were, you know, I remember he wanted to like, I had this big idea of a dream that I wanted to have.
Yeah.
I wanted Spirit of Praise to be there on my wedding.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ended up saying that maybe anniversary, I don't know, one day, but shame. Let's just, because now I know get to fall like I'm whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I sometimes there were times actually there were times actually pause. Okay, there were times where I felt I don't think I'm ready for all of this, especially when I when I moved in with him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I need break because I know too affectionate and too loving. That's why Linda is too affectionate and too loving and too caring. He taught me that also because I wasn't even that type of person. Right? Too much.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that I need to go out and be somebody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But then I realized when I come maturing and going out and feeling like this is not for me. Actually, what I feel like is here.
Yeah.
It's not actually. That's the right thing to be in. Yeah.
So, you know, what advice would you give me if ever I'd feel like, you know what, I want to get married? What advice would you give me, like, as a woman that's married and, like you said, you learned how to love from your husband, right? So what advice would you give me, not knowing the type of girl that I'm going to marry or what so on, but what advice are you going to give me?
In what sense? What do you want me to advise you in getting married, to look for maybe a type of
what
person
to expect? Because
what to expect?
Because like people are getting married, like, you know, obviously like there's vows involved and all that, you know,
and
till death do us apart.
Vows.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people are getting divorced out here, even though they did, you know, speak those vows and all that. And as a young man like me,
you don't want to divorce. You don't want to see yourself passing through that path.
As a young man like me, or maybe a churchgoer, they see, but Jennifer is a young woman that got married at a very young age.
I didn't get married at a very young age. I just got married now, man. When?
But then you were with him.
But I was with him all the time.
So
yeah, but I'm still young, yeah.
So I come to you and be like, yo, man, like, I want to get married. What advice would you give me?
You know, I wouldn't say I have the best advice in the world. I wouldn't advise you the best way, but because now, when in my case, my husband found me broken. My husband found me bona. Man, I understand.
You were
and
empty.
I care less for a man, and I care less for even Lehane, because he even tried by attracting me with the materialistic things, but it didn't work because I felt like I have everything that I need in my life. I mean, my grandmother and my uncles are doing the best of the jobs, you know. So you can come here and try to impress me with these things. I already have, you know. So every now and again, this thing I already have, and he feels like, okay, then so it's pretty difficult to advise somebody because you wouldn't know what they're looking for. It's not everyone somebody who's broken, somebody who is went through a lot at the youngest age, and somebody whom you you know, and then what's that, because this thing somebody else, right? Because there are people like that. I could have been, if I was somebody else, I could have left after I've gotten whatever that I wanted and got somebody else.
Now you know how to love. Okay. Next.
So then I feel like, no, Pella, remember, this person is not the kind of guy I was looking for. So let me go out there and look for the kind of guy I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, one thing that we always disregard or always ignore in our lives, our guts. Your guts are your best guides.
True.
If your gut says no, it's a no indeed.
It's a no.
Don't want to experience it. So that's my advice.
That's true. That's true. Because all the time, maybe I want to like get involved in something or
in a relationship.
No, like want to
or
that
even
too.
If it's
or maybe I want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And my gut would tell me, don't go there. And then I would fight. I would like, nah, I'm going. This is gonna happen. This is gonna be good for me. This is gonna be beneficial. And when I get there, bro,
it's worth risking for.
I lied to myself. You know, I lied to my God. Like, no, wait, relax. We got this. And it doesn't go right. Every time there's that little teeny weeny voice that says, no, don't go there.
And that's the Holy Spirit. You remember the song, Be Still?
Yes.
Still little voice you would hear that we always ignore. That's how softly and so nice God is. But you forced me, right?
Yeah.
Who you were? So yeah, our gods.
Our gods. We need to take that very seriously.
Take that very serious.
Right. So track number 9. This song declares the victory of Jesus over sin and death. Celebrating the resurrection and its implications for believers. And this song is by Todd Delaney. The anthem. The anthem. Yeah, so what's up with this song?
God won the victory. We don't have to stress. We don't have to worry about anything. He already won the victory. If we can only know that. So sometimes we really want to work hard for things, and okay, yes, we must work hard. We must work, but we should use our wisdom and understanding that God gives us, right? Because He already won the victory. He said you are victorious. Why can't we be victorious? He said we are the heads and not the tail. Why are we not? It's because we decide to conform to the things of this world, right? And He already won the victory. Then I flopped. Then I failed.
You failed. Let me guess, the bravery also
left you.
Yeah. Okay. Jeez. Okay.
I failed. I didn't fail that much. I failed 60%. Normally, NSFAS requires you to pass 50% of all your modules for them to continue with you. I did 60, girl. I did 60 down, and only. Because, can I tell you why I failed? It wasn't even the things that I saw, hey, gelewa groover, gelewat. I failed because of, and which is wrong, it's not supposed to be like that. I was going to church too much.
You were going to church too much?
I dedicated everything in me. I would even miss class for church.
Wow.
And I still got crucified for that. Again, to say, sometimes obviously I came on now and I'm beautiful. And then people will give me lifts with the intentions of, hey, Bashebili, right?
Yes.
Yes, and then I wouldn't refuse the lift. I mean, none of the distance of one lift, then not somebody, I want not a boyfriend there high. Then I got crucified. You know, Christians, they'll want you, hey, you would lose faith. And that time I was faithful to God. That time I was faithful. I used to clean the church. I used to go so winning. Each and every, I paid tithe, dude. Yo, it was I was so faithful. I would even miss my basketball practice for church.
You're playing basketball?
I was playing basketball back in university.
Yeah.
And I failed because of that. Sometimes I would even, instead of studying my books, I would study the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Right. And yeah, that was one of those days. That was one of those things. But even though that, right, I flopped, and then I failed the following year. Bazari Aregoni, my third year, I came a bazari. Then I go. I'm supposed to pay every year. You go and register, even if not a bazari, because you're not. NSFAS was it takes 4 years, I think. But it was every year. The only thing you need to re-register is school, right? And then that was the system thing. It was introduced varsity.
Okay.
And then they taught us the system, and then you would just go to my NSFAS portal and then check your things and stuff there, and then well, I went, and then girl, you failed. Girl, you don't have a bursary anymore. Then I went, Kalo register the following year, January. The person who was officer one chair one second. Why is it about 50%? And when you've been here, you know these things. I don't need to tell you anything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude. Then I left. The following day again, I get clapper. No, but I'm going there. I didn't even pray. I remember just reminding God that, God, I clean your church. God, I know I flopped. It's a mistake, but even though I'm still your child, even though I am still your child, and you will make a way for me. Airyqtip. Then I went. I remember I was in the line. I think I don't have any idea. I'm just going there. I'm trying to go and try my luck. Trusting God though. I went. Hey, I'm nearly there, man. We 3. Now remember line is
yeah.
Then I'm not even talking to anyone or anything. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Mind you, I went 7 o'clock. It was already, I think, about 12 o'clock. Almost lunch. Hey, Lena, Nikki face about Lena, Nikki face, yo, Motaun Foundation, on Tuesday apply. Carry, Gale, come here, what are you saying? Can't play like a battery, so it was a scam. I knew it was a scam. I saw it from the onset that it was a scam.
Okay.
I remember, no, you need to pay 300 rand for you to be able to get go create bazari about the proof of in feed. I'm like, girl, shock and pay. Martliza but a few of them already bafiti. Gotta bring the thing. Kisa the bank account. No, you need to send them WhatsApp first to let them you're going to pay, and then send the proof of payment to WhatsApp. Then I did that. I went to Absa. I paid. I Absa also. I remember I was now with my younger brother and Kapile. Les show American to you, but never patala horima chalete from to a. Only patala chalete, keep bazar a patalan so. I'm like, my sister, it's a scam, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't like a born, but I register. I got yeah, but register. And I didn't like to register. Remember, it was almost, then it was lunch. Then after lunch, they came back. We had an hour for lunch. We came back and but then I arrived. I think I arrived there 3:30. It was almost closing time because but not like a 4 cool. I never get a foundation, bazar, but proof, register, I agree all the things. Get left. Then later on, and my friend, then this other lady I was sitting next to became my friend because now only to find out they're the same stream of Nto. And I just didn't know her because I'm a people's person. If I know people, I just know but Baba closest to
just
me.
That connection.
Yes. Like it's then we became friends because of that. Agree a colo, Bamarabari girl. Officing. Officing, but a student can't say, I'm going to register a very fake scam and train. Don't already scam university. Hey, get it. Hey, one alla molori. Hey, hold tata.
Yeah.
But what is and each and every person has I'm like, Napela, I got this thing because of God. So there's no way I'm going to be deregistered. I'm going to continue with the school. You are so convinced. My God.
So they didn't deregister you?
That was the only person did not deregister. The only, out of all the thousands, I don't know if it was thousands, but it was a lot of them. Out of all of them, only me. I was not deregistered. I continued. I got all the privileges that was going, and I got, and then later on, you're an orphan shame. Go get the dean's office. If you're an orphan, you get groceries there, you get your card where you can go buy clothes, you can go buy, hey, privileges is not being an orphan, you can do nice as well.
Maybe you take advantage of that.
Then I went, why wouldn't I?
Aye.
Then the money I got grocery, then I kept it for
you
myself.
You pocketed.
Why not? Mara, life was good, but yeah, that was God winning the victory for me.
And then now you did you graduate with this bursary too?
Yes, I did. No, not with this bursary, because that was my 3rd year, and then I got the 4th year when I went. I passed all my modules, and then now I registered for NSFAS again, got me back again, and then I continued with NSFAS. But then,
so they could see that no, she wasn't. This bursary is not paying or whatnot.
I don't know. I didn't even care. I didn't even inquire.
No, you were so lucky. You were so lucky.
It was God. It wasn't even
God.
luck. It was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, we've almost reached the end of the Airyqtip Your Playlist Defines You interview, man. So, okay, let's take a break from the music a bit, because we're just gonna speak about the last track. What are these?
Okay. Let's have. I think this one's I've already Okay, let's talk about this. My favorite product.
What is this?
So this is aloe vera, Dr. Vigo aloe vera. I don't know if they can see. Aloe vera intimate gel. So
intimate. So you apply it in those intimate.
Yeah, in your vagina. It's for vagina.
Okay.
Yeah. This it's into just to show them how it looks like. It looks like this.
Okay.
There's a gel inside. You open it, then you remove this thing. And then there's a gel that comes out. You put it in your vagina. Then you push the thing at this thing. If there was working gel, it would be easier to push it like by one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this.
What does the gel do?
So the gel, it helps with irritation. You know, the irritation.
Yeah.
And then it also helps with maintaining good smell in your vagina, and it also helps with the bacteria. It kills bacteria. It kills your fungal. If una libo, you can use it even if you don't have. It protects as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like Gyno-Guard type.
It's almost like Gyno-Guard, but Gyno-Guard I get it just to bath. Yeah. It's almost it is a Gyno-Guard. It guards your vagina.
Okay.
Yeah. So it comes. This one comes already 6.
So how much is that whole box?
The whole box is 500 rand.
Okay.
Yes. And you can never regret using this thing. This is amazing.
And then how many sets of those tubes? Like once you use it.
No, after you use it, it's done. You can't use it again.
Oh, okay.
I just had this just to make, for example, I get.
Yeah, but don't sell that to someone then. Just
no, but I can like sell. No, but already I can sell this one if they want to, but this one is personally for me.
Yeah.
I have the full one. Yes, and then you also have lavender skin lotion. It keeps your body radiant, refreshed every day, and smooth, and it smells nice. And I like lotion that you can use.
And my hands are dry. Hey, it's winter.
Yeah, you can use it like every day.
Smells good too.
So this one kyaki for family.
What is this?
No mas. Lavender.
So you can use this like on your skin, like your whole body.
Yeah, whole body. I use it for my face.
You use this for your face? And you don't have makeup on?
I don't have makeup on.
Okay, cool.
I use it for my face. But if you want to use for the whole body, you can.
And then what is this aloe vera toothpaste?
Okay, yes. Aloe vera toothpaste. It's a toothpaste. And I didn't bring the one that I opened because I don't want to open this one.
Yeah, no.
But I can just open it because I'm going to use it anyway. So aloe vera toothpaste, it brightens your smile. It helps with, but this one, my yellow teeth, it's a teeth.
Tooth, yeah?
Tooth. English.
Tomato.
Yeah. Konefo. It helps with brightening your teeth and keeping your mouth healthy, especially for kids thrush from the age.
So kids can also use that.
Yes, from the age 3 years and above.
Yeah.
They can use thrush here too. And the way it's so effective, here, you can just apply it. The following day it's gone.
The toothpaste.
But
it's aloe vera. That's what aloe vera does.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, her links will be provided on the description below. business page, Facebook, Instagram. You can just hit her up to know more about her products and yeah, man, her business and so forth, right? So let's go back to the music.
Yeah.
So track number 10 is by Todd Delaney again. Delaney. Victory belongs to Jesus.
Yes.
Yes. So what's up with this track?
Victory belongs to Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, coming back to me being born again, me being, I'm now a child to Apostle Moyo. When I was born again, I got born again when I was still in Mafikeng, and I was under Pastor Temple, and I'm now here home. And then Apostle Moyo take over as my father and mother. Moyo, the best parents you could ever think of. Oh, okay, so I don't know if I should say this, but you know, like I already, I think in passing I mentioned that Gori, you know, Christians, they will break you, they will break you, they would crucify you, they would judge you, and they would. You know, they almost made me lose faith in God. And I thank God for the encounter, because I encountered God personally. And, you know, I thank Pastor Temple for teaching me to be with, having a personal relationship with Christ. That's important. You can never go wrong, because now it's easier for you to go to God and ask things, and then now He's able to answer you like directly, like literally, not like when you know. So back what they almost broke me. They almost like made me in my life. You know, it's just too deep. I don't want to talk about it, because at the very same time also, you know, God always favors His people. And it's not ideal to talk about pastors, about the debate. If you saw a pastor make a mistake, and correct, then you go and badmouth the pastor. Do you know you end up being the one punished?
Okay.
Because you had a chance to make things right, to show this person. That person probably didn't see the light, and you were the light at that time, but you decided not to bright and show the person the light. But instead you go out there, and that man is a man of God, and that man is chosen, and that man is of God. And remember, God forgives. Wait, what? So yeah, that's the reason why I don't want to talk about what happened exactly. But it was so hateful that I left. It was so painful that, you know, I didn't want to be involved anymore. Yeah, with whatsoever that they are there. But coming back to Klerksdorp and finding Precious Fountain of Life Ministries and getting to know Apostle Moyo and getting to having a relationship back again, reconciled to God again. That was God's victory. That was God's victory there, because I couldn't have known. I thought I left forever. I thought I was never going to go back there. I thought I was never going to go to church anymore in my life, you know. And it only took, I remember it was 2019 when I went to the church more. It was on the 31st of December. And we were driving around. My husband and I like to drive around, like, just to get inspired. Oh, that house. And I remember even this house, when we saw it, was like, yo, my house. I always looked for this house. Like, this is my house. Like, you get convinced to hurry. Oh, see. Like, yo, I can end. Wow, it's so funny that indeed it's our house today. Right? Power of words. So on the 31st day, we were driving around just to be inspired. But then my husband decided, hi man, why can't we go to church? all night, let's go look for a church. Then we went around, there was no church. Went around. The next thing, music. Well, this nice music. We thought even you could do moto or you go. No, we thought you go Pulum, go swimming pool because it's next to the swimming pool, Maspala.
Okay.
But we thinking, the event, why can't say gospel and gospel? So can we maybe go to that gospel event? Only to find out, you could get
there is a church there, right next to, close to the Klerksdorp pool, right?
Right?
Yeah, there is a church.
Yes,
there.
that's where we go to. Then we went. And then we went.
So it was your first time?
That was our first time. Yes. Then we connected, and that was the end. We are there forever.
Yeah.
So that was God's victory.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how does this song strengthen your confidence in Jesus' victory, though?
It strengthens in a sense, when we lose hope, you feel like it's the end of you, or the end of the war, or the end where you feel like you are never going back to the place. But take your normal thing.
Yeah.
Just go for a drive like you normally go for a drive with your husband. Go look for houses, and then you end up seeing yourself in church when you were not even planning to go to church.
Yeah.
So that they are. That's the truth.
Yeah, so like I said, we have reached the end of the Airyqtip. Your playlist defines you interview with Empress Jennifer. You swear it does look dope. Thank you.
Everything in it is history today.
Yeah.
First time, this typer.
And thank you for setting me up with such a dope deco. Really appreciate it. You're really good at this. I hope it grows. God bless you.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And yeah, we have reached the end of the Airyqtip. Your playlist defines you. If you've reached this far, please like, subscribe, comment. And we have a gift that we're going to give away. Well, Jennifer has a gift that she's going to give away for whoever shares this video, or, from YouTube, of course, on Facebook or social media. And yeah, whichever one that gets more engagement, they'll receive a gift.
And they should tag you on Facebook.
And they should tag Airyqtip on Facebook.
Do you have Instagram?
Yeah, I have Instagram.
Okay, so even if they're Instagram people, because I know there are people who are like on Instagram only and not on other.
So
even local TikTok, if they like tag you. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, whoever shares the most, and they get a gift, and we can send it to you. Just give us we'll see actually, we'll communicate. Yes,
and then definitely the person who won will publicize it, and you will publicize it and say,
of course,
who and who won. Get in touch with me, and then we give you the gift.
Yeah. All right, then you guys.
I don't want to say the gift is there.
For ladies.
I think I'm gonna give them both.
For men and ladies.
No, even if you're a man, you can win this and give it as a gift to your whoever person. Okay? So this is the hot iron. You use it for a wig to straighten it, and it's best for when you are installing your wig. And let's open it and show them.
Let's see.
There is a little instructions. They are there. It looks like this. Hot comb. The wig lovers knows what it does, and they know you can't go without it. If you don't have this,
that comb won't melt.
It won't melt way.
Because this thing is getting hot, right? It's getting heated. So
no, but obviously when you pack it when it's if it's
oh yeah.
And then here we have the aloe vera after sun. For everyone. This is for a male and a female.
Male and female.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and then you apply it. It helps you react and your skin acne or acne.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Acne, yeah.
Yes. So you also get this. The person we know the most get there's two things.
Yeah.
This is the value of 300 rands, and this is the value of 250 rands.
So you guys heard it. So please share. And yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.